What is going on, everybody? It's your boy AJ, and this is AJ Reacts 2, and this is my very first watch along. I did a watch along over in October, but I was a co-host. But yeah, this is my very first standalone watch along, and I had to have that epic countdown for an epic film and an epic panel too. We have some awesome creators here tonight, and I'm just gonna start introducing them now. Let's see. Kristen from Filmingo. I started with you because it looks like my other co-hosts might be a little busy, but yeah, what's going on?
Hi, I'm great. This is the first watch along I have been part of in a very long time, so I'm happy to be back with a brand new watch along. I am freshly new with the Kong versus Godzilla, whatever it's called. I'm in for it. I'm going for a good battle, and I'm ready to talk. So
yes, and actually, I think you and I met on a watch along. I think it was Birds of Prey, maybe.
We did. I think it was Birds of Prey or
Suicide Squad.
It was, like David's. Our friend Flex Talk.
No, I think it was. I think it was Elliot of Movie Files.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we did.
It was probably the Birds of Prey then, because I did that one, and then I did Guardians of the Galaxy with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that one. But yeah, awesome to have you on here. Thank you for being on here. I'm going to introduce my next guest, Mac of Mac Movie Reviews Podcast. What is going on, man?
Not much. I'm glad to be, back on the watch along circuit, especially my good friends AJ. He's like, hey, he wants to do it. I'm like, hey, let's do it. I want to see a monkey versus a dragon. That's gonna be fun.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. This is my first watch along. I think since like October with Talking TV did the Halloween watch along. So it's been a while. So it's good to be back.
Yeah, I think the same for me. I think that was the last watch along I was on. And yeah, Kristen from Miss Filmingo is part of the Mac Movie Reviews podcast. So I got both of the creators here, and I am very excited about that. Thank you guys for coming.
One night. So
one night. That's awesome. So, next, I'm going to introduce David of Flicks Talk. What is going on, bro?
What's going on, everybody? It feels like a big reunion here, man.
It is.
Just hearing you guys talk about watch alongs. I mean, we haven't done them. Well, I haven't done one for a long time, man. And it's crazy, man. I mean, they're really fun, but it is a lot of work, and they're cool, man. I feel like we should bring them back.
Yeah. And I definitely plan on doing more.
I know.
Yeah, I plan on doing more for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm glad to be here, man. We've done a couple of podcasts already together. AJ, of course, I've been on these guys, these amazing creators right here, their own podcast, and they've been on my channel and stuff like that. So it's really good to see familiar faces, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again for coming by. And definitely not last, but we got Film Explorel in the building. What's going on?
What's up, panel? AJ, Mingo, Man, and David. Happy to be here once again.
Yes. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you coming to the watch along, man. And it's going to be an epic night. And last but not least, I don't know if she's going to show her face, but my cousin, Kia is in the building. And so Kia, I appreciate you stopping by and being a part of the watch along. Hey, there she is. There she is. She's been on the channel a few times, and so we're gonna do this watch along. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody else?
I'm good.
Pretty good. Excited for the film. I think everybody's seen it. Have you seen it, Kia?
No.
Haven't seen it. Okay, you haven't seen it yet. This is your first time viewing. Make sure you have your captions on so you can pay attention to, what's happening in the film and, what we are saying as well. And so I guess we're going to get it started. I don't want to waste too much time. And I wanted to say to, the viewers and everybody on the panel, there is an ad before the before the actual film, so I'm going to start the timer at 31 seconds because that's when the movie actually starts on HBO Max. So that's where I'm going to start that. And yeah, we're gonna just get started. Let me get to the comments real quick. I have a few. Tony Movie Chappie, hey guys, what's going on? Surfing through cinema. What's happening? Luke Reviews. Excited to see you guys' commentary on the movie. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. Yes, it will be. What's up, Luke? I gotta do one someday. Okay, so without further ado,
it's hard with Luke though, because he's like in Latvia, right?
Yeah, he's in Latvia. So like whenever we do a live, it's like 4 a.m. for him. And he's just like, he's a trooper, man. He really is. So, all right. So without further ado, we are going to start the film. 3, 2, 1. All right. And then I'm going to pull up the timestamp.
I already got my tickets for Mortal Kombat, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
For theaters. Yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm pumped for that.
So yeah, there's our. Let me make that. Can I zoom in?
Are we starting the movie, by the way, or are we going through the ad first?
Oh no,
I thought we were doing the ad first.
No, I skipped it. I skipped the ad. I started at 31 seconds. You didn't hear me say that?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, you did say that. I wasn't sure.
Oh, man. Okay, I'll be behind, but it's all right.
You can just skip to 1 minute, 13 seconds.
Okay.
Can you see the timestamp?
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm right there.
There's something about King Kong that looks so lovable.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, I just accidentally like dragged my finger across my phone super fast and just saw this really cute photo of Kong.
That was the only thing that was a little different for me is the music is not kind of like it was in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Like, I mean, it's a little out of place to me, but
not even Kong Skull Island.
Yeah,
I feel like it was different than that too. Kong Skull Island had like such a different feel to it, in my opinion.
It felt like
it kind of had that
movie.
It felt Vietnam and like a lot of Asian references and things like that. So, I did admire that about the film, and like even like the intro when it said Kong Skull Island, it was like kind of like the font was like paint splatter.
Yeah,
kind of like an Asian type font.
Well, these movies do kill it overseas, so they probably gotta be like, we gotta get them in the movie somehow.
True.
This movie is making so much money. Who would have thought it would be saving theaters at this point?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Nolan thought he was going to save the day with cinema, but it's like, nope.
And everybody's itching to get back to the theater too, though. I think that's another reason.
Yeah.
Do most of you guys have theaters open, or because ours opened up about 2 weeks ago?
Yep, ours opened like a couple months ago. Regal's gonna open up back in like April.
Yeah,
my cinemas opened back in August of 2020, so I've been able to go. So
okay.
This is actually one I kind of wish I got to see in theaters.
After I watched it at home, I was like, I'm so mad at myself for not seeing it in theaters.
That's the one thing. Like what I was afraid with this Warner Brothers and HBO Max deal, it changes so much how you want to see a lot of these movies.
Yeah. And Robert Makes the Cut stopped by, says, "Hey everyone, I stopped by to say hi, and I'm going to see AMC. I'm going to AMC to see it again in IMAX." With laser.
Yeah, they got laser projection now. So
that's
I was like,
awesome.
What?
And to see this in IMAX will be epic.
He has to let me know what the difference is because I don't even know that technology.
Yeah, me either.
So pretty soon they're just gonna like beam it into your eyeballs, you know? I mean, just like a headset or something, it just goes into your brain.
Oh, they haven't even opened by Luke yet. I'm just sorry. I'm reading the
Mm-mm.
comment.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
Thanks, man.
Hopefully they open by the end of June.
So I'm hoping that. Well, I'm glad that he's looking forward to Fast 9 because I feel like I'm the only one. All my friends are like, "Oh man, this trailer is trash." Every time it comes on, and I'm like, "These movies are what they are. You have to realize, like, they're very self-aware."
I know,
have fun
but
with
this
those
is the
movies. I have
ninth
fun with those.
one, though.
Bro. And we're gonna get. Did you hear about the 10th one? They're gonna split that into 2 parts.
Yeah, I
No
heard about that.
way.
The
So
Avengers.
Yeah, I heard
technically-
about that.
Technically, it's gonna be like a 10 and 11 or 10.5.
Yes.
Wow.
Sick.
Maybe they'll go to space in part 2.
Yeah.
Do we need that?
Yes.
Do we want
Just-
that?
Yes.
Just strap a
Okay.
car?
Okay.
They're gonna go straight to Mars. That's what they're gonna aim for.
Strap a car on the side of a spaceship.
Mhm.
Yeah,
just go.
honestly.
I mean, they did that with Tesla, didn't they? Do that already?
I think they no,
No,
with
no, they
yeah.
Yes,
Tesla
yes,
said
there
it,
is
yeah.
actually a Tesla car in space.
I would say, yeah. Film would know for sure.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's
It could happen,
wild.
man. You got Vin Diesel riding it.
Brando Critic in the building.
Brando!
What's
Brando?
going on, Brando?
Brando!
Yes.
I like the opening to this movie because it's giving like a recap of like the other 3 movies we've had.
Yeah, I love that. And I was gonna mention that like this intro is actually interesting. A lot of intros I kind of like skip or like don't pay attention to, like look at my phone. But this one I actually was interested, and it kind of like you say, kind of gave a recap of what happened in the other films. Not like in depth, but you know, just kind of
That's why I'm so
like
glad
a
that.
brief.
That's why I'm so glad that I recently saw the Godzilla King of the Monsters because I had not seen it back in 2019. So everything said defeated, and I'm like, oh, that was a major spoiler if I didn't see the movie.
Yeah, if you didn't
Whoops.
see it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna spill my tea. I didn't get to see Kong, Skull Island, or I didn't see the last Godzilla movie. I saw the 2014 Garth Edwards film.
Mhm.
Oh,
Saw it
wow.
in theaters. Thought it was okay. And I knew this franchise was going to be an up and downhill battle because I took my dad to see it with me. He fell asleep until the very, very, very end of the film when Godzilla makes his full-on entrance. Like, here I am, about to destroy, cause some ruckus. And that's when he woke up. Everything
That's
else
hilarious.
he fell asleep for.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. What'd you guys think about this Brian Tyree Henry character? Because I mean, we'll talk about the human factor, but I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were saying something.
Well, I was just gonna kind of compare the 2. I mean, the last one had way more annoying human characters than this one. Like they kind of trimmed it
talking
down a
about
little
Kong?
bit.
Are you talking about Kong
Godzilla
or
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. Okay.
Yeah, that one had way too many expendable characters that like you didn't care for, and then this one kind of trimmed it down a little bit, but it was still like too much filler.
I feel like they knew. I feel like they knew that though, because what we got in this film wasn't like you said. It was a lot less than. Maybe you didn't say a lot, but it was less than Godzilla King of the Monsters.
It was less, yeah.
And yeah, it's just I feel like they kind of knew that the human aspect of these films aren't as interesting. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know.
They're like the Transformers aspect. Like we want to see giant robots. We don't care about Shia LaBeouf and his parents. We just want to see them fight. And like, because like if you go back to the first Godzilla movie, we're following like Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson, and we're like, we don't really care. We want to see Godzilla, and they kept like teasing us. And then like in Kong, they're like, here's Kong, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Like David said, they like had a lot of annoying people in that I did not care about.
Did you guys like the 2014 Godzilla? Because I feel like a lot of people either liked it or they didn't like they really loved it or hate. I really liked it a lot, even though they didn't show Godzilla that much.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk spoilers about it now? Or is it safe to say
That's
AJ?
up to AJ.
Or no?
Oh yeah. Spoilers. We could talk spoilers. Yeah.
Okay.
On this film
So,
and the past
previous
films.
ones?
Mhm.
Perfect. All right. Once they killed off Bryan Cranston, I I was
I
like,
was-
the he's done
I
for.
was mad at that. Yeah.
I was.
Done.
I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way with the 2014 because Bryan Cranston was really one of the main reasons why I wanted to watch it in the first place.
Exactly, because it was like
Because
coming
Breaking
off-
Bad.
It was just coming off the time of Breaking Bad was ending, and that was like the show, and it was one of my favorite shows, and everybody loved it. And that was one of the reasons why people wanted to go see it. That's why Bryan Cranston was like this poster boy to sell the movie. And then it's like, well, bye.
Once you died, they got your money, so they didn't care.
They did.
Exactly.
They got it. They got it.
And then Bryan Cranston got more money for going around the world talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got paid like almost $1 million to be in a movie and die immediately, I'm like, okay, cool. When do I show up on set?
True. That looks so bad. I'm glad they not badass I meant to say. I'm glad they kept like all the original music too, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, at least it sounds like
a nice
original
touch.
score, yeah.
Yeah. If it's not, it's very similar. You said Aaron Taylor Johnson, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed his comedy that he brought to the film, and I don't feel like I take that back. I'll say that some of the comedy hit for me, others didn't, but like it was way more intriguing than the other because there was kind of like two storylines for the humans, and I really enjoyed this one a lot more than the other. What do you guys think? Did you care about any of the human aspects of the film, or
which one, the
cared for
Godzilla or this one?
This film. Yeah, this film that we're watching.
I mean, it wasn't so bad. I like the human story that involves this one with the young girl and her adoptive mother. I forgot what their character names are. But I think that was the one I was really intrigued by.
Madison?
Yeah, is that her name, the young girl?
Millie Bobby Brown?
No, that's Millie Bobby Brown.
Not Millie Bobby Brown. I don't care about her. She was the least interesting person.
You're talking about the one that was from Kong Skull Island? The one with sign language?
Which one are we talking about? I'm lost.
The sign language. The
I thought you were
sign
talking about
language
this
girl. We're talking about this movie.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'm on the right page then. Yeah. I like that one. Millie Bobby Brown I really wasn't interested in.
Okay.
Nor did I know what was going on with her character because, like I said, I didn't see the last one she was in. I really wanted to because Vera Farmiga was in it. And I was expecting her to be in this one. Can I ask what happened to her? I think it's safe to say to know that I haven't seen it.
She dies.
Yeah, she sacrifices herself at the end of
it's like, I don't know if I want to tell you.
I mean,
She made a noble.
We're talking spoilers tonight, so it's
we are talking spoilers.
Them.
It was sacrifice. I would still say see it though. I would still say go see it.
Yeah.
Because despite me saying that I didn't like the human aspect, I kind of like the bond between her and Millie Bobby Brown, as opposed to like, and this may be a hot take, as opposed to Rebecca Hall's character in this movie, and then the little girl from Kong Skull Island. I don't remember even the girl's name. The little girl that's mute or deaf, and
she the sign language girl.
Yeah, it was very sweet moments and stuff, but I don't know. There's something about like Millie and her mom. There was like a big confliction with the parents being kind of like torn apart and whatnot. And then of course at the end the sacrifice a little bit. It's kind of an emotional scene, but. I mean, tit for tat. I mean, it's still the human aspect of these movies. Nobody really wants to see it. That's what I was talking about this last night, actually, on another live, is that imagine if they had like its own like edition, like the monster edition or something like that, where they trim out every single human aspect. It's just 1 hour of Kong versus, the monster, or Godzilla and Kong versus the monsters. That'd be cool.
That'd be a $1 billion movie right there.
Yeah. Put that in theaters.
It's interesting to see the people argue over like what you want to see more of. Is it more story or more action? Because that's the main thing that gets back and forth with a lot of critics.
Yeah. I feel like you have to have the story though for it to be a cohesive film. You can't just have all action. It feels like that would be Transformers.
It would be extra bloated then, like a Transformers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you need these people to uncover Apex and get to Hollow Earth, and you know, I mean,
they got to make it make sense.
Yeah.
No matter how
even though it's hard to make,
you are.
Even though it's hard to make sense of a couple. And it's funny because at first when I saw this, I was like, this is genius movie. And then I started questioning a lot of things like logically. I'm sure Film Explorer, when they talk about Hollow Earth, I'm like, wait a minute. So how do they do this? How do they do this?
Yeah.
I thought when they stepped out the ship, he's like, oh yeah, gravity can you sweat. I'm like, wait, so if you got out the ship, would you guys been smushed on the ground? They still would work if your theory is correct. And I was just like, oh my god, this hurts my head.
Yeah, it definitely has some theories that are out there and some concepts that are just a little sci-fi-esque.
Yeah.
But I was feeling like this film felt a lot more sci-fi than some of the other ones that I've seen, like the King of the Monsters and even Kong Skull Island.
Like in what aspects, like sci-fi?
Like with the
Hollow Earth,
with the ships, with the Hollow Earth, and like the ships felt like kind of Star Trek-y in a way. Like they were going through light speed, looked like, and stuff like that. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I always find that interesting. I mean, sometimes like after when I watch these movies or like Interstellar or something like that, like I'll look up a YouTube video on like scientists react to, or quantum physics, people that study that quantum physics and whatnot, like their reactions to this type of stuff, like if they think it would work. Neil deGrasse Tyson has a lot of reactions as well as to like certain science things in movies and stuff to see if it's like, I think he actually even did a reaction to Interstellar talking about black hole theories and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, he did that.
It's pretty intense. It's pretty extreme.
Wow.
It's cool.
Luke Review says, come to think of it, did the Maddie gang actually have any impact on the plot? Honestly, to me, I felt like it made it a little bit more interesting. It was, so like I said, some of the jokes actually hit for me.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Like none of them hit for you. None of them hit.
That guy what's his name? Julian something. The guy from Deadpool 2. The guy from Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Julian. The one that plays
Deadpool 2.
The Fire Fist or Fist or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But, I think his name is Julian Dennison. But he was a cringy. He was the worst.
He was annoying.
Yeah. He was so annoying.
Yeah, definitely.
I could have done without him for sure, but I mean, no, you're right. I mean, even if they were uncovering Apex, but it was just like it was already happening. Like things were already happening, other than them like pouring the coffee on the motherboard or whatever they were, the computer. And supposedly they stopped. I know we're jumping ahead in the film, but like that was the only thing they helped out with.
Honestly.
I wanted to ask y'all, since this was supposed to be the last movie Warner Brothers did with Toho because their contract expired last year, but this got pushed back to this year. So do you think that them seeing how this movie is gonna make some serious money? It's not even it's only been a week, and I think it's already made almost $300 million. Do you think that they're gonna renew their contract with Toho so they can do more movies? Because it's with this movie, there's tons of spin-offs or sequels you can do to continue the story and add new stuff and everything.
Baby Godzilla.
Oh God, no, yeah.
Baby Yoda.
I feel like anything is possible if it's enough dollar signs, enough money behind it. I think anything is possible, honestly.
I think we could be looking at a Sony situation where Sony and Sony needed Marvel basically, and vice versa for the whole Spider-Man franchise, and then look what Sony did. They started making the Venom, Morbius. They wanted to take their hand at anything that they can have with the Spider name attached to it, right? And they knew that they weren't going to sell it to Marvel, so they'd rather work together and make more money that way. So I think if Toho's smart, they're going to continue that character with Godzilla, because I mean, and this is a franchise that goes back to the 30s. I really didn't think that this was going to be popping in 2021 like this. Me either. And I had a stream on Saturday where I had some older guys in the chat, and they were die-hard King Kong and Godzilla fans, and they were literally talking about there is a Godzilla baby in one of the movies. there's there's a movie called Destroy All Monsters where like you get like another Godzilla King of the Monsters situation where you have more of them in there. So there's a lot. This world is great. Like this world is big, you know?
Yep.
They can really do a lot with it.
By the way, there's a figure in the background in this scene, which is the actual Hollow Earth theory in real life.
Really?
No way.
wow.
Yeah, you see the
That's so
Earth.
cool.
It's just so brilliant, but like they presented the Earth with like the ball in the center.
I saw that, yeah.
So that's the actual theory. Like they mix it up a little bit in the movie, but the figure itself, like the first scientist that came up with this idea, that's the actual proposal.
Okay.
Oh, that's really cool.
Nice.
Oh.
I missed the part too when they first introduced was it Alex Skarsgård where he was talking about his brother died trying the experiment to Hollow Earth first, right? Like he got turned inside out or something, or basically imploded or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
It went wrong.
Yeah.
The exposition went wrong. So basically,
someone was asking me yesterday too that there was some kind of theory where Bryan Cranston is his brother. Did you guys hear anything about that? They were trying to tie the two movies in. Skarsgård and Bryan Cranston. I don't know.
think that. No, I don't think that.
Not that I know of that.
No.
Yeah, because I don't know if they're because I don't think Godzilla 2014's in this world, right? It all started from Kong Skull Island, right? I think.
That's where.
No, 2014 is part of this world.
Yeah,
it is.
Started it up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So where did it start? Was it Kong
it is.
or was it Godzilla? Or is it?
It was Godzilla because in the opening, like intro
Godzilla.
sequence,
That's what I thought.
you saw him doing the fire breath into another.
I just turned off my light.
In the intro when he was they were showing the compilation of like the two movies. One of the intro was when Godzilla was doing the fire breath. That was from the first Godzilla movie. Because they even mentioned like
one. You mean? Okay.
2014. Yep.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I was gonna say with this one, go ahead.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say I do say that I like how this might be the best version of Godzilla I've seen in American cinemas. I'm just saying.
This actual film, the film that we're watching. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's more aggressive, or why?
I would say it's more aggressive, and he actually seems like I don't know. He feels vulnerable too, because the other movies he's just like, yeah, I'm just this big monster, and I just felt like, oh, he actually kind of made him. I almost said human. He made him more realistic. I have to say for a monster movie. You're
talking about Kong or Godzilla?
For Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Oh, for both. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I would agree with you. I would say that Godzilla felt like a force that couldn't, it wasn't vulnerable at all. And this one definitely did bring that, to light. And showed his vulnerability, so I did enjoy that. I feel like if he wasn't vulnerable, there wouldn't be much of a movie.
Right.
But he's still king. Like I don't know how you guys feel about which side you're on or whatever.
That needs to be a discussion.
That definitely needs to be a discussion. But first, I wanted to see what you guys thought about this comment. Do you guys think that a Hollow Earth focused film will be next?
Yes.
It's a concept that can really be explored, I think. And
yeah,
I didn't really think about it until now, but yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I think
I read that. No, go ahead.
No. Go. I've been talking a lot. Go ahead.
I read someplace that there are more monsters hidden in Hollow Earth, so the arrival of Kong either woke them up or something like that. Like you guys can correct me if that's like a rumor, but I think
you can kind of see that when they explore it here in this film.
Yeah.
They touched on it a little bit, but not much. So they could definitely explore it
with the skull crushers.
Yeah.
Those
cool.
Those things. I know we didn't get to the point of that film yet with the bat or whatever, the dragon-looking thing where it's
the skull crushers. I think they're called.
Is that what they're called?
I think they're called skull crushers or crunchers or something like that.
Huh.
Those wings are nasty. They can literally kill somebody.
I
Yeah,
feel
like
that
like
would-
when they kind of tried to suffocate him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
but yeah,
Well,
I
I
feel
could see like multiple movies coming out of like if that's the thing that they could think of idea of a hollow Earth idea, they could really like delve into that. Like we can get more out of a universe. Like I'm sure we have the Marvel Cinematic Verse. There's gonna be like a Hollow Earth
Oh yeah,
cinematic universe. I think.
this is a
I feel like
monster
that-
for sure.
The
Yeah.
MonsterVerse, yeah,
Or
I feel like this.
yeah,
like a
that's what I mean.
subsection of the MonsterVerse. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I feel like the Hollow Earth theory would be better as like maybe a TV series on like HBO Max that like they can just do like a little mini series exploring like these scientists exploring the Hollow Earth and like different monsters they encounter every episode. There's like an overarching story. It like ties into the movies.
Mhm.
hmm
I don't know about you, but like for me, this movie felt more like a second Kong film instead of like a third Godzilla.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree
Unfortunately,
with you.
I agree. Unfortunately, I agree. I am Team Godzilla, and I wanted to, kind of have more of a connection with that particular Titan. But they really geared your, focus to Kong and tried to have you have that connection, with the little girl signing to him. And even though, Kong, he does have that human connection, feel to him a lot more than Godzilla. So I get it. But
Mhm.
I don't know. Godzilla is the better Titan in my eyes.
Really?
So okay,
It's all about
okay.
Yes,
Let's see.
Kong,
Let's
baby!
talk about what team you guys are on and why. Let's start with Kristen. What team are you, Kong? I'm guessing.
Oh, there goes my house phone. Well, I said Kong, baby.
Oh, okay, Kong, baby. Okay, why? Why do you feel that way?
Like I said, there's something really like when I was really drawn into with this film is like the human connection is what I really liked about this story and this Godzilla Kong film. I think I was really drawn into that more like when I was thinking back about it Monday night, I was like, okay, how was I really drawn in with the first Godzilla when I saw it back in 2014? I didn't really care. I saw Godzilla as a villain. And that's what I think the target or the idea of maybe 2014 was. At least that's what I'm starting to think back now.
Mm-hmm. Well, Loki's a villain too, and people love him.
Everybody loves. Loki. I didn't have this thing like going on with Godzilla. Like I couldn't sympathize for Godzilla. I was just like, there was something about it when I was really watching King Kong. I was like, yeah, I really like Kong and I like what he's trying to do with the humans, and he wants family. He wants loves. It's like a giant pet. Think about it that way.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I feel you. I feel you on that.
Kristen, I really wish you would have saw the 2019 Godzilla King of the Monsters because Godzilla is the protector of the humans in that movie. He's the King Kong of that movie. You might have a different opinion if you saw that.
But okay, I agree with you that he is the protector, but I will say Kong still has that connection with the humans a lot more than Godzilla, in my opinion. I really do. I really do feel that way. Especially in this film, showing in this film, the comparison with the humans and the Titans, definitely Kong. But I don't know. I feel like Godzilla is a lot stronger and a lot more aggressive than
And to your point, AJ, I feel like they're going that way because if you see in Skull Island, they had the Kong containment, like humans storing Kong and Godzilla just roaming around the world freely. Like at the end, basically it's the same thing. Godzilla just goes into the ocean and they stay with Kong.
Yeah, Mac, Kong, or Godzilla.
Oh yeah, but first off, I don't think you would see a little girl trying to sign language with Godzilla because Godzilla would be like,
that's
like,
true.
That's one of the best parts. I love that part.
Obviously, King Kong's his brain is big. I was watching, you know what? In preparation, I watched the 1962 version, and they have a scientist that goes on TV, and he goes, yeah, because this is like based off of like old ones, but like they're like. They're like Godzilla's brain is the size of this grape right here, and King Kong's brain is. They literally diss the shit out of Godzilla the whole movie. So he's
That's hilarious.
obviously, I mean, he's more
He's
human like. He's smarter. He knows how to sign, so he is more intelligent. I will give you that, Mac.
But why I'm Team Kong, and there's for a few reasons. The first reason is he knows how to get the ladies. Like, come on, every single movie he's always with like the lady. It's like, yo,
Mac.
my man Kong got game.
Let's go back all
He got game. I'll tell you. I give you that. I give you that.
The second one is that I feel like he's stronger. He has more. Godzilla's more about like finesse because he has smaller arms. He has to use all that one technique, fire breath or atomic breath. I'm like, weak. My man Kong, he's got legs. He's got power. He's like, he can bash someone in. I was like, that's awesome. That's raw.
Okay, I would say he's more agile, but he's not more powerful. He's
not
more powerful. He's more agile though. I will say that.
More durability. That's what I have to say. That durability than Godzilla. And 3, he's had the better movies because let's face it, the 1998 Godzilla movie, King of the Monsters, and 2014 Godzilla movie were all.
I enjoy King of the Monsters a lot.
He has his original movies are good. The 2005 Peter Jackson movie, criminally underrated. Then the 2017 Skull Island, and this one, like he's just better monster.
Okay. All right. David?
I will agree Kong has better movies, but I got to give it up to Team Gojira, man. I'm Godzilla all the way. I agree, AJ. He is the more powerful, and he doesn't just have one move. You're forgetting about the tail sweep. You're forgetting about the tail, which he uses in this one in the final round. So
yes, he does.
I like that they amped it up with this one because he's more aggressive. In the last one that we saw, 2019, and then in the 2014, he's obviously really slow, and we don't get to see too much action. I mean, in the 2019 we see a lot of action, but he's not as aggressive obviously in this one because his motivation is a little different. But the power, I mean, we'll see in the last couple of rounds, like Godzilla could have easily had him, man. We'll just say that. But
Godzilla left.
We're jumping ahead.
Kong just down and out twice in this film,
which was surprising to me because
it was crazy.
Because I think the promotion for this, a lot of people were Team King Kong. Like I felt like everyone was going Team Kong, and then as it got closer, then it started to get a little more divided. Which is cool.
It's more. I think people were basing that more on the films and their connection with the Titan itself. Because, like you said, Kong has that human connection aspect, and then Godzilla he doesn't really. But I went in Team Godzilla because I knew that he was more aggressive. He was more he had more force. But yeah, like I think a lot of people have that connection with Kong because he is more human like.
Yeah, he's radioactive reptile. I mean, his skin has to be thicker than an ape. It has to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you know what I mean? Just like the abuse that you can take. And dude, Godzilla gets his ass kicked in this movie too by, our character at the end.
I mean, by the mecha. But
by the mecha,
I think Kong had him a little bit, in that second battle. But Godzilla got up and then, stomped on him. So I don't know, man. I Godzilla, man. Godzilla. What about you, Film? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, Film, go first. I'll wait till after. It's funny.
No, Matt, go ahead. No problem at all.
I saw on Twitter, they're like, the reason why Godzilla stopped fighting with Kong is because they both had their mother was the same name in Martha when they were yelling at each other. They lost it.
Yeah. It had a lot of, I feel like it had similar like tie-ins with Batman v Superman. With it being like them against each other in the beginning and like them having, them fighting. And then towards the end, you have a big bad that you have to team up and, fight. And then you kind of go your separate ways afterwards. But Film Explorer, what team are you on? Godzilla or Kong?
I'm Team Godzilla. And the reason for that is I don't know why when I remember seeing Kong Skull Island back in 2017, and I did for me that's still the lower ranked film, and it's just because I hated the fact that they made Kong so humanoid. and walking to feet, all that, because the Kong I remember, and it was my first introduction to Kong. It wasn't the old ones; it was the 2006 version, I believe.
Mm.
The one Jackson made, and you remember that film, right?
Yeah, with Jack Black in it.
Yeah, that one. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
he's more like an ape type of character instead of like just walking to feed and all that. So like I didn't like that aspect, and the fact that they had to like overgrow him in this one, because I understand like he grew too much from Kong Skull Island to now. That I don't know. I feel like Godzilla has been the more consistent monster throughout the three films.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey man, I agree. We got 2 Team Kong and 3 Team Godzilla. For the Team Kongs over here, do you guys admit that he's more powerful? Godzilla's more powerful, or do you will not want to admit that?
I can admit that. I like
I'm not
thinking
admitting
about it more and listening to both of you guys.
I'm not.
But I do like Kong more, though. I agree.
Okay.
Godzilla is a little bit more powerful. I heard you
Okay.
guys out. I could see it in the comments. I see it, Luke. Because I like the fact that he's like a walking nuke. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's a really strong point. So I'm like, okay. But
And didn't
Kong,
Kong use Godzilla's scale for the axe? Or was it Godzilla's scale, or was it a different?
I think it's a
wasn't
piece.
it, like it's a piece like of the.
Yeah, but I think that was like from his
Yeah.
ancestors. His
Yeah.
ancestors,
Okay.
because they talk about how like
something like that.
yeah, they've been like a common threat for like forever.
Without that, he wouldn't have stood a chance. He wouldn't have stood a chance. Yeah, but here, let me pull up the timestamp here. Make sure.
So Kong is like
Everybody's
Tyson
on
in
the
his
same.
prime. He can like go fast and everything, and hit him with the 1-2 step. Or 1-2 step.
Yeah,
1-2
he did.
punch.
He did hit him with the. Yeah, he hit him with the right hook a couple times, things like that. But that blast, that Godzilla's blast, man. Just
He can get up. He can take it.
But yeah,
there was so much going on in the first, on that last, was it were they in Tokyo? I know they were in Japan, but were they in
Hong Kong.
the city of they were Hong Kong? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
Hong Kong. Yeah.
Did he get hit with the blast, or he just kept deflecting it? I forgot if he got actually hit with the blast.
Who
got hit in the shoulder.
Kong
got hit in the shoulder.
Oh, he got hit in the shoulder. That's the one
he
where
got hit in the back.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I
Back
think
and
he got hit in the back and the shoulder, yeah. But he never got it head on. Like if he would have got it head on, he would have been done. He would have been done. A goner. But yeah, so we are 37 minutes into the film. And yeah, so if you guys are still watching, make sure you like this video and follow my awesome companions here on the chat, on the panel. And yeah, so what were you gonna say, David?
Oh no, I thought it was funny that Alex Skarsgård found some time to cut his hair before he got on that ship, so he can get with Rebecca Hall's character, kind of like get in there, like.
You say he got to look good.
I forgot about that when they first introduced him. He had real long hair to make him kind of look like
he was rough,
like crazy. Yeah, crazy rough. John Wick looking, and then now look, he's all he had the clean cut now, like he just got out of the barbershop,
shaped up.
Yeah, Rebecca Hall's been everywhere lately because there was a trailer for her new horror movie that's coming out. I was like, wow, you're like in a lot of
movies
lately.
What's the new what's the new movie she's in?
The wrong side of wrong side of house or something.
I'm not feeling that one.
Oh no,
no, it looks
like the trailer.
It looks
okay. Here we go.
Kind of weird, yeah.
It's coming out in August, so.
Oh, I mean, it might be good. I wasn't feeling the trailer.
Godzilla's entrance in this film is like epic. It's epic. You gotta.
And that's why. Yeah, and that's why I wish you guys were able to see it on the big screen, because this on the big screen was, oh my god,
it was
nice.
Wish
I would have seen it in the theaters, man. I'm kicking myself that I didn't experience it in the theaters.
Yeah.
You just see his spikes swimming up.
Yeah, when I
King Kong is just helpless right now. He's just so angry, like trying to
He's
get loose.
helpless.
It's a crazy part. Yeah.
This was better to watch in because I watched this movie twice. Like I said earlier, I watched it the first day it was out on HBO Max at home, and then I went to the theaters to go see it. It was an IMAX, and I will say that the IMAX experience was like it's better because you hear more things and it feels like the quality's popping out. But it's usually
and you got that surround sound.
Yeah, they did a great job with the sound of this movie. It made it feel like grandiose and epic with like every.
I was watching a couple of reviews, and people who did see it in theaters really liked the sound design a lot more and thought it was was used better than out of all the ones that were previously released in this universe.
Yeah.
When he went through that ship, I was floored.
So this first fight isn't fair because it's the water, so of course Godzilla's gonna have an advantage. Just like and Kong was chained up.
Kong was actually he was handling when they were underwater. He was handling them a little bit, and I was like, wow, I was surprised that Godzilla couldn't get him like underwater. When he first got him underwater, but then like he kind of wrapped his tail around him and dragged him down towards the end of the fight. But like he was really handling them towards the beginning. Oh my goodness.
I hope in the next movie they touch on like the destruction that they caused everywhere because this is a very destructive movie. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a Civil War type thing.
Yeah, like they're like we gotta get Godzilla and Kong in court. They owe us money for pretty much evaporating off the map.
And it's such a crazy change too, going from the last one to this one because in the final scene, I know you didn't see it, Kristen, but like the fighter jets are like behind Godzilla, helping him, like shooting the other monsters and whatnot. And and now they're just shooting missiles directly at him. So it's a whole change of pace. Like he's the enemy now, And he's over there killing fighter jets with his tail and stuff.
Bro. The people that just helped him in the previous movie.
I love how ridiculous this is.
It's so ridiculous.
But it's fun.
It is. I agree.
I said it in my review. I think this film is like because we talked about the box office. I think this film is like a good like introduction to just rebuilding the box office this year, like an introduction like summer blockbuster. Because I feel like this came out end of March and it's about to be April. Like summer's like right around the corner, so I feel like this is like a good kickoff to the summer movie season. Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't release it in summertime, like at least May, because it really feels like a summer blockbuster film.
I think they didn't want to delay it again because they didn't know what it was going to be like. Around this time because the first time they delayed it to like it was supposed to come out in October of last year, but they delayed it to March. And I think they didn't want to do it again because they didn't know what it was going to be like now. But I feel like if they had foresight, they would have said, okay, we're going to release this in like Memorial Day next month or early June. Because it would have probably made like almost $1 billion if it came out in like June.
I think they would have had it tough. I mean, especially to come out towards the end of Memorial Day because towards this Memorial Day we have like A Quiet Place 2 and Cruella. So those two movies are going to be battling it out. I think it's a safe decision.
Is Quiet Place 2
now.
Is Quiet Place 2 going to be in theaters?
Yeah,
because I know it's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's going to be on Paramount Plus in 45 days, but it will be in theaters first.
Oh, okay. I get it. I think that's kind of smart to do.
I think that's a good decision first to get people going because everybody's gonna be talking about it since everybody went to go see A Quiet Place 2 because that was like a conversation starter movie.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's a good idea before putting it out on Paramount Plus.
And a lot of people. Do you guys remember that movie was supposed to come out right when COVID hit? That was the one that was about to come out. They had the
premiere when I was going to school, and because I used to go to school in the city, and I remember the happenings around the area, and then I was like, oh, gonna see it, and then COVID.
Yeah, some people actually got to see the premiere.
Wow.
Yeah,
he threw that jet. He threw that jet. It did nothing. It literally did nothing.
Oh, I think I'm ahead of you guys. Because that's the part I was laughing at is that felt like so useless. Like just
it was
a jet.
so useless.
I will say I feel like
I'm at the part where he jumps and the blast is coming out.
Oh, okay.
I just got to the part where he just threw the jet, so I think I'm the most behind out of everyone.
No. Oh, well.
Do you guys think
I'll
that
pause it for 30 seconds.
Do you guys
No,
both think
no.
that they're intelligent when they use like battle tactics like Godzilla? Because he's like, yeah, I'm like underwater now, so I'm gonna like blast you from the sky even though you're on a ship. Like, do you think there's like a sense of intelligence when they're in fighting?
I think Godzilla has less intelligence with that type of thing than Kong.
Oh yeah.
Kong is very strategic in a lot of ways and a lot of things that he does, but like I said, Godzilla is just a lot more powerful, and if Godzilla can keep up with Kong, Kong's done. Like here, I don't know if you guys are on this exact part, but like when they're underwater and he kind of like wraps his tail around him and like drags him down.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to, I think they cut that part. No, I wanted to see how like he got out of that. Did Godzilla let him go?
Well, they dropped depth charges into the water, so I think that like
that's right. That's right.
Rattle them up.
You did.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would have shown. I kind of wish they would have shown Kong get loose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as unintelligent as they make Godzilla seem in this, like, I mean, the blast from right underneath, like, strategically doing that, like, if he wasn't thinking, he'd just be shooting the blast everywhere. Like, if you really think about it. So he knew that he was right underneath him. Right now, he knew that he couldn't survive underwater, so he was just kind of pulling him as far into the ocean as he could. You know, so I think he's pretty smart in this one, and I like to see, because it's a better matchup that way. You know, because King Kong is faster, so he can maneuver and he can climb up him. I kind of wish that they kept, like, if they would have made the King Kong like back in the Peter Jackson version where he was smaller, like a lot smaller, because he could climb up a lot of different things, like the sides of buildings or the side of Godzilla, and like just rip at him. You know what I mean? As opposed to, he could hide a lot easier too.
Yeah, that's true. And it would be a lot harder for Godzilla to blast him if he was smaller.
For sure.
But I think he struggled with that in this film too. Even though he was big, even though Kong was big, he kind of struggled with this blast and like.
Oh yeah, he was dodging that thing, man. Like
he was dodging him. I was like, "Come on, get him! Come on, you got this."
I wanted to ask you guys: have you seen Adam Wingard, who directed this? Have you seen his other movies, like You're Next, the 2016?
Yes,
I've seen You're Next. Yeah, I didn't know that was him though.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah.
My favorite is The Guest.
That's
my favorite.
Oh, I never saw that one. I always see people talking about that.
I love that movie. That movie is
Dan Stevens, or what's his name?
Yeah, he's the main.
Dan Stevens in it, and Micah Monroe's in it.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Was that the only one that thought like Godzilla looked like a crispy like piece of chicken when he came out of the water, like looking like he looked like this, like his face? I was like
a dino nugget, like a
CG
dino nugget.
Yeah, like like I don't know, like I wish they would have worked on the CGI a little better. Like
I like it.
Maybe because his eyes are so tiny, it just looks so goofy.
Yeah, his eyes are tiny.
I can't even tell.
Maybe if they would have made his eyes a little bit bigger, but
yeah.
I did.
Okay, that was the first round, and Kong got whooped. He left him down and out.
Isa Gonzalez is so useless in this movie, by the way.
Honestly, yeah.
She's just someone to look at. That's it, basically. Who? Isa Gonzalez?
Who's that? Oh,
I love her.
See, I didn't even really know who that was until
she's like the daughter.
But then, like, they tried to give her like and then they tried to give her like this twist, like a double cross or something. It was just that was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst parts in Hollow.
I was like, who are you? Even
it's one of the worst parts in Hollow Earth. When we get there, I'll bring it up again because it's like the worst thing. And I have to ask Film Explorer because it's like it's not logical whatsoever. But I'll bring it up when it comes.
She's a good act. I like her as an actress, but she's been in a lot of movies that, like, besides Baby Driver, she's been in a lot of movies. I'm like, this ain't
Baby Driver.
This ain't it. Like I watched this Netflix movie called Cutthroat City, and I was like, this is a terrible movie. Why are you in this movie?
Is that the one with the guy that played Tupac?
Yeah.
People were telling me to watch that. That wasn't good.
It was like I like that they brought in like the fact that like, hey, after the Hurricane Katrina came, there was a lot of crime in New Orleans and Louisiana, but I don't think they did a good job of it. And bad enough that T.I. is in the movie too. And with the recent news with him, I'm like, best character, Terrence Howard. I have to say.
Okay.
Whatchamacallit though? She's like in Alita Battle Angel though. You have to like.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Oh yeah,
then
she plays one of the assassin killers or whatever, right?
And then she's also in I Care a Lot too. The
Oh yeah,
recent
I thought she did a
But
really
she's
good job.
really
in I
good
Care
at
a
it.
Lot.
Yeah, she has the curly hair, right?
Yeah, she cut her hair
Yeah.
for that one, I think.
I hated those two characters, by the way. Like the characters,
Yes,
like,
and
just like,
that was the point. That
That
was
was
the
the
point.
point. They're evil.
They
and
accomplished
I liked
what they were trying to do.
They pulled it off. Yeah, that was a great
They
movie.
did.
That was a really good movie.
And then she's also in a Justin Timberlake music video. A heads up for anybody who didn't know that.
Doing music videos too now.
What music video? Do you know?
What was it? It was from like the album, the one that last came out, "The Man of the Woods." It's like one of the songs on that album.
Okay. Speaking of Justin Timberlake music videos, Scarlett Johansson was in a Justin Timberlake music video.
Yes.
And he kills her.
I love
Kills
that
her.
music video.
What?
I was like,
What goes around?
yeah, what goes around? What goes around comes around. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good song.
Yeah, and yeah, he like ends up killing her in the music video. Like, I was just like, this
Was
is
she
bizarre.
in Six Underground with Ryan Reynolds, or was that her doppelganger?
Check.
That was like the Netflix
no.
movie with
Yeah,
Michael
I
Bay.
know of it, but I don't know if she was in it.
That's
Not Eliza. Not Eliza. No, she wasn't in that.
I just thought that was wild. Like, I was watching like these music videos. It was kind of like a marathon of music videos, and that came on. And I was like, Scarlett Johansson, is that her? Is that Scarlett Johansson? Yeah. So
I wish for this movie that we I know it wouldn't be possible, but like it would have been nice if like maybe we saw some of the characters that survived from Kong Skull Island in this movie, but
yeah,
I don't think it would work because they're all older.
they would be old. They would be old.
It would be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that
Like,
was the
I
70s.
remember.
That would be kind of cool though, like just to kind of connect the world, to connect the universe.
They just showed John C. Reilly, and he's like 80 years old.
John C.
Tom
Reilly was,
Hiddleston.
yeah.
Tom Hiddleston will
already
hobble
old.
around.
Yeah, Tom
somewhere.
Hiddleston. Exactly.
This scene when they're like in the supersonic like underground tunnel, when it like they'd be crushed from like the speed of it.
Was
if they were,
Melanie
like
No.
600.
Well,
No.
supposedly they worked.
No.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into that, so this scene right here, where the I don't know if you guys are on it, where the planes or the helicopters are carrying Kong, that's from the 1962 version, King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh,
Where
they
actually
made a nice
But-
Easter egg there.
Yeah, but instead of there's so many nods to the old ones in these movies, but instead of the helicopters, they put balloons. It's ridiculous. It looks like
Wait, in the old school
old one.
film, they did.
Yeah, they use like big balloons, and he's like floating there. Like it looks so stupid. You should look it up. It looks so
Yikes.
dumb.
Yikes.
Yeah, the old ones are really bad, but I mean that's what they're following. I guess the blueprint for that.
Wow.
Dang,
Balloons,
we got
huh?
here real quick. Oh, 52 minutes. Okay.
Oh, but Explorer, I was gonna ask like how come they wouldn't be crushed by the supersonic speed underground tunnel?
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So actually, Elon Musk is trying to do that right
No,
now. He's
no.
trying to connect underground city in a supersonic plane.
Mm-hmm.
But the theory stands is the theory of relativity in physics, that the Earth is constantly rotating hundreds of miles per hour, and we don't feel it because the theory says it's like the movement of a greater object doesn't affect the movement inside the object. It's like the car, you're going 60, but you still perceive the movement inside the car at normal speed.
Oh, okay.
Unless you like, if you you roll down the window and you like go outside, you see all outside going super fast, and then inside it's normal speed. So the same thing happens to Earth. Earth is the great object; it's always spinning. Airplanes don't feel it, we don't feel it, and it's just because like a great object doesn't affect the object inside.
Okay.
Sweet.
That
Got a science lesson
I was gonna say,
in
yeah.
the watch along. I love it. I love it.
So Apex perfected that, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
with the heaves.
Luke says one day he'll watch every Godzilla movie. Yeah, I don't know about me. I might just stick with these.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a
I
lot.
try to go
yeah.
back. I know it's like I like the original like monster movies, but like sometimes I watch it and I'm like, this is so cheesy. It's like hard for me to sit through without like laughing. But like I get through them. It's just it's a task to watch.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I didn't care for Rebecca Hall in this movie. I don't know. Like I really understand. Like she was they were like the main. Like, she's a good actress. I just didn't feel like any standout. Like I felt like the Vera Farmiga character from the last one had a little more impact than this character did for me.
I love Vera Farmiga, but
yeah,
I would agree.
Everything from that.
Did you
Oh
what?
my God.
Base Motel. Oh my gosh, Base Motel. If you haven't seen it, she really showcases her acting skills in that series. She really does. Everything to do with these characters, I didn't care about in this film.
No,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Even with the what was it? The inverted world, the Earth core,
Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth. Like even with that, like the only like whenever they showed Kong, I was interested, but like even with these characters didn't really resonate with me at all. Even the little girl, even though it was like a heartwarming, thing where she could connect with Kong, it didn't hit me.
They basically just used her like to get him to lie, like
exactly
to lie to Kong to get in there.
It was terrible.
I will say I did catch my dad doing the home sign language in the theater, and I looked at him like, oh.
Yeah, when I saw that Kong could sign, I looked over at my friend and I was like, "What? They just introduced it? Like I couldn't believe they introduced that." I was like, "That's kind of cool." I mean,
it is cool
because they do have monkeys and just different apes that do sign in real life. So I mean,
so
it does make sense.
It's not far fetched.
Yeah, it's not far fetched. Exactly.
Oh man, what was I gonna say? I forgot. Speaking of Kong. Did anyone see the new Space Jam trailer? David, I know you reacted to it on YouTube.
Did you guys? David definitely did. Definitely.
David I did, man. You know I saw it. Come on.
Are you ready for that?
Did you guys?
I did.
You try to bring that up unironically,
I know. Like I don't know if you guys seen it or not.
Did you guys see Kong in the opening? Like one of the opening, because Warner Brothers said we're gonna have all our characters in here. It's gonna be like Ready Player One with basketball.
I saw Iron Giant. But I didn't see.
There was like a whole big thing, including the guys in the Cogsworth Orange are in there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh,
that I was not expecting. I was like, out of all the people in the Warner Brothers vault, you want to bring those guys out?
So they're gonna cancel Pepe Le Pew and they're gonna keep them in there.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another character from Looney Tunes that got canceled?
Yeah. Pepe Le Pew.
Oh yeah, well, but is Speedy still gonna be in it though?
I think Speedy's still gonna be in it.
He's still gonna be in it, but he's just a little. It's a little controversial.
I think they were trying to cancel him. Yeah,
they were trying to, but
Gabriel Lacey said that it was like dumb for like trying to do that because he was like
he was voicing the character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was it you, David, that posted the poll about what is worse, like spoiler culture or like cancel culture?
Yeah, and everybody was everybody said cancel culture for the majority. I mean,
it's worse.
I think people are just over it because I talked about this before too. People like cancel culture was reserved. I'm sure you guys remember it initially for people that were like Weinstein, like evil people, and like the guy that was on the island. What's his name? What the hell? The guy that had the sex island? Epstein. Yeah, Epstein, Weinstein, the Steens, right? And
Spacey, everybody along those characters.
Exactly. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it came out for like, James Gunn because he put out a tweet 10 years ago or 15 years or whatever it is. And then it became more and more mild. And then everybody started getting canceled for like and then they kind of threw them all in the same bracket, and I was like, wait a minute, now you guys are kind of diluting the waters a little bit, and you're changing things up. There shouldn't be really a gray area. It should be, to me, it should be more reserved for extreme measures like that, to literally cancel someone's career.
Yeah. Now we're canceling Mr. Potato Head because Mr. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know about that.
Cancel culture is an interesting subject because then you get
yes,
the people who are like, I want to, this person's got to go. Then there's people like, no, he didn't do or she didn't do anything.
Well, you know, I do understand where like someone was, if somebody was actually hurt, you know, and
that's what
taken advantage of, like that's not okay. We can't really like let that slide, but also like the whole Mr. Potato Head thing, like seriously,
it's like to a point where
come on now.
I don't.
If somebody's getting hurt,
you know, as long as you know they didn't hurt anybody or do anything bad, then I think
or
we can talk this out. You know, talk this out and make it a learning lesson for anybody.
True.
Like why couldn't they just keep Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head and then create a whole new one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would they have to cancel the old ones? Just keep them there and then just create a whole new one.
I think it's the whole
that would be all inclusive.
The Mr. I think it's the Mr. And Mrs. Well, I don't. Is Mrs. Potato Head canceled or I feel like they stopped production on that or something.
I think they stopped production.
I think they stopped production on Mrs. Potato Head.
But then what about the boys that want to identify as a Mr.? How can they can't grab a Mr. Potato Head anymore now?
No, I mean they can't. I mean they can't grab a Mr. Potato Head, but they can grab a potato head and be whatever they want. That's what people would say.
Like I'm gonna write what gender this is with a Sharpie on it on the potato.
Hopefully this stream doesn't get canceled because of what we're talking about.
Be any potato that you want to be and identify as. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
These are skull crushers right here too.
Yeah, and
these guys
suffocating them. And Kong had to get rescued on this.
Listen, everyone needs a little help. Like remember
Kong needed to get.
Remember King of the Monsters when they launched the nuke on Godzilla to wake him back up?
Kind of like the defibrillator that they had to do on Kong after Godzilla basically destroyed him.
We don't talk about that.
That was out there, yeah.
I'm very strongly Team Godzilla, if you haven't noticed.
I would
say
this
was gross though. I was like,
rip the head off.
It's his Gatorade.
Yeah, he took his head off and like ate the insides.
I like that because that was kind of like, even though it was PG-13, it kind of pushed it to like for those of us that like that type of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought it was gross, but it was cool to see because like he isn't a human. I think it kind of shows that like he isn't a human. Like even though he has these connections, he's still a monster.
Yeah.
He's still a savage.
We could see all little creatures too, also in the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, and I think like what you were talking about earlier, it kind of like alludes to the fact that we might get more from this, you know, concept and. You know, just like a sneak peek.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next movie they'll find more Kongs if they're even alive. If they're not all like wiped out except for Kong.
What are those, like a crab, those things that guys think? Do you know if those were like named something? Because I was going to look that up and I never got the chance to.
I don't think so.
They might have. I don't know. There might be a name out there.
I think only the ones that they've really talked about are I think the ones that they've only talked about are the ones that actually fight each other, the kaiju that fight each other and stuff. But like the real small ones that just live amongst, you know, the other monsters, I don't know if they talk about them before.
I feel like they, you know, somewhere on Wikipedia or somewhere will have the names of these stuff. Yeah, these names of these creatures.
I like this.
People are really deep into the MonsterVerse.
Yeah.
I like when Kong does his like Michael Jordan jump and just I believe I can fly.
I will say that. Like, half this movie.
Hey, I ain't trying to get copyrighted. Watch it.
Oh no, we're not
Half
here for
this-
that
Half
today.
this movie is the visuals are great because like there's like
Yeah.
different frames in the movie where I'm like I can use that for like a wallpaper.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just that
Oh.
good. Like the scene when he was Michael Jordan jumping to the other side. Like
That was
Yeah,
cool.
it could be.
That's a good scene right there.
Yeah, the CGI. I think the CGI was done great in this film.
Yeah.
Well, I think they said with all the delays too, they were able to kind of go in and polish it up a little more.
Yeah.
Spend more time on it. So it looks, everything looks great.
Yeah. Except Godzilla's eyes might be a little bit too small.
Yeah.
I could barely see him in some scenes.
Can't see him blink.
Yeah.
Maybe made them a little bit bigger. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. So let's see.
Oh, they're about to introduce something.
Might skip the Matthew Broderick one. What's the Matthew Broderick Godzilla
98.
movie? Is that the
1998
98 one?
version.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that my generation grew up on.
Yeah.
Because that's the one with the oh geez, what was the song? It had a P Diddy song in it. It was P Diddy and Aerosmith. Was it
Yeah,
Aerosmith? I think. Or
That's
P. Diddy
what I
and
thought it
Aerosmith
was.
together?
I think so.
That's a weird
Wow.
combination.
It was
That's
it
an
was a
interesting
cool song.
combination.
It was a cool song though. It was really catchy. You remember that,
Okay.
Kristen?
Yeah, like I remember, like, as I saw that the 98 movie
It was
when I was
98.
like back in high school, like, which was like around like the same time the newer Godzilla came out,
Mm-hmm.
anticipation of it. So I saw it and I thought there was like a P Diddy and
Yeah, they
which
had a
one?
music video and
Aerosmith
everything.
song.
Really?
What
I
was
really
it
gotta look
called?
this up.
Do you
And it
remember
was
what it was
for
called?
the Godzilla film?
It was for the soundtrack. Yeah, I think they
Oh,
probably
wow.
played it in the credits or something. But I mean, obviously the CG, they really didn't show
Okay.
Godzilla that much. They showed like his foot and stuff, and like you could see him like going through. They didn't really focus too much on him.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Okay, I got the name of the song. It's called "Come With Me."
Come with me. Okay.
God, I got to hear that again. But that was that Aerosmith and Diddy, or was it a different rock band?
It says featuring Jimmy Page. So
who's that?
where's
I don't know.
Led Zeppelin? See, I'm
Oh,
not even Led
shit.
Zeppelin.
Oh,
fan,
Led
so-
Zeppelin. Okay.
Led Zeppelin and Diddy, legendary.
So we get introduced to the Mecha.
Honestly, I kind of knew it was gonna be the Mecha because someone spoiled it on like one of those,
Oh, really?
those trailer analysis. I'm like, oh my god, it's
Dude,
like
I knew about that.
yeah.
I knew about this like last year, bro. Like the little toys. You remember like they put up the Funko Pop toys and stuff,
yep.
and
Mhm.
that was
Oh,
like
right.
yeah. And people were like, no, this is fake. This is fake. And most of the toy leaks are pretty real, you know.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh damn. But
And I figured they need to bring him in if they're gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna team up and fight. Which I was gonna ask you guys with like the well, I'll wait till a little bit later because a little spoiling.
But this is part of the Godzilla franchise, though, is Mecha Godzilla. Like he appears a lot in the old movies, so it would make sense.
Something I liked about this one, adding to your point, David, it's like you remember the old ones, like he's like dressed like Godzilla, and then he's revealed to be the mecha. I like how this one was like super straightforward. There's no camouflage. There's like not a second Godzilla roaming around. So they take that storyline for another movie.
Yeah, and I initially thought that when we got like a really aggressive Godzilla from the trailers, I was like, why is he like that? Because he wasn't like that in the 2019 movie. So I thought that maybe they had created this mecha and they put some kind of skin suit like a fake Godzilla. You know, that's probably why it was him. But then it turned out to be, you know, there was three total monsters in this.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I like the route they went
Mhm.
because then it led to a team up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mecha Godzilla is kind of a cool creature too. It's like a human creation. It was the original movies. It was like the humans made it to like fight Godzilla.
The thing about
I don't know. I don't know the lore. Yeah, I don't know the lore. Why
Yeah.
they
Oh,
created
what
it.
did you ask? Sorry.
I was gonna say, was it like in the original ones, the humans made Mecha to fight Godzilla, and then like Mecha kind of went on his own and became like sentient AI.
Yeah, that I don't know.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the older ones with Mecha Godzilla. Yeah, just like a lot of these. Now that I'm like rewatching it, a lot of these humans are very expendable characters, like extremely.
I mean, I kind of like Brian Tyree Henry's character. Like at times, other times, like you're very like he felt like John Turturro in Transformers.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Is it just
Sorry.
is it me or Brian Tyree Henry always plays like a cop or some kind of FBI agent or something
Yeah.
in every single movie
Not in
except for,
Not
except
in
for this one?
Atlanta.
Even on Broadway.
No, not in Atlanta.
No, not Atlanta,
Even
but
In
on
Atlanta.
Broadway, Brian Tyler Henry is a cop because I saw him on Broadway and he was a cop in that too, like a lobby
Dude.
Oh,
cop
wow.
or something.
the Child's Play reboot. I
Okay.
just saw
Yes.
Oh,
I saw the new trailer
yeah,
for
you're
the
right.
for the Amy Adams movie, Woman in the Window. The
Window.
Oh
new
yeah,
Window.
yeah.
He
Woman
he
in the
plays a
Window.
cop in that too. I was like, what the
Wow,
hell?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I actually
Well,
read
he
that
was,
book last year. It was really
Me
good.
too. I read the book too.
It was awesome.
He was a politician in Widows. He was like
Oh, was it?
he was crooked though, right?
Yeah, he was a
Like a crooked
crooked politician.
Oh, don't tell me Widows. I
Spoilers.
gotta watch that one.
Oh well,
Spoilers.
I mean, he was
Oh.
a dependable
Spoilers.
politician.
I liked Widows. I liked Widows. I feel like
Did
a lot
you?
of people didn't
Okay,
watch
I
that. I
heard-
feel like a lot of people didn't watch that movie.
I
I
didn't
feel
get
like
to see
the
it. I
people
really
that
wanted
watched it
to.
didn't have great things to say about it. I think
Oh,
your
a
review,
lot.
you telling me about it, is the first good thing I've heard about it.
It's a little slower than what the trailer makes. The trailer makes it seem like it's a heist movie, like a straight up
Oh.
like a female heist movie, which
Mhm.
it is. There's aspects of that, but it's more dramatic. It is way more dramatic, and it's that one. Isn't it that director from 12
Lee
12
Daniels.
Years a Slave? Oh,
No.
maybe I'm
Lee-
thinking of a different director.
No, that's him.
Not Daniels.
Oh no, Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen.
Yes, it's Steve McQueen, right?
McQueen.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he do 12 Years a Slave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
Steve
he
McQueen
did.
did. Yeah.
I love Widows too. I agree with David. Widows was.
Oh
When I
wow.
went to see,
Okay.
me and my dad
All
when they went
Widows
to
love.
theater when we saw it in theaters, and I was like, dang, no one else wants to watch this. Because I think
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too.
Aquaman came out. That's why people probably didn't see it.
Oh
'Cause
damn!
there
It
were,
went up against
so many people went to
Aquaman.
go see-
Oh
yeah.
Aquaman. It was like released around Thanksgiving time. I remember of that. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a tough
Oh, wait,
time to put
Aquaman
out
didn't
movies.
come out yet because Aquaman came
Yeah.
out around Christmas. So
Mm. What
What do you guys feel about
We're-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We both said at the same time. I was just gonna say, what do you guys think about this world building for like? Because we're kind of getting like the relics and all the acts that we're gonna get right here from Kong, like the
I like
world
this
building.
part.
Yeah.
I like the world.
I think it's
building
dope,
'cause
and I think
Yeah.
it, like we said earlier, a lot of things can be explored. It opens a lot of things up.
Thinking about how the acts scene, how like Godzilla gets amped up and ready, it reminds me of like how Thor was when he got his like
Hmm.
or like when Groot had like built him that like what was it, the hammer,
The Stormbreaker.
the Stormbreaker. There you go. I forgot what it was.
Tony Movie Chappie says, "I didn't mind the human characters in this. They serve the time for the most part. But the only thing I thought was wasted was Isa Gonzalez, and I was disappointed how they wrote her character in this. Yeah, I didn't really care about her character at all in this film at all. And then when they tried to do the double cross, I was just like, really, really, oh man.
Like I feel like most.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like most people would be kind of scared, at least intimidated to go to Hollow Earth, and she was just like, yeah, go there. Come on, my dad needs whatever he needs, and I need to download this. Let's go. Like she was a bitch the whole time.
The minute I knew that something was off, and I was like, she's the bad guy. She's gonna cross everybody, and it's all gonna be over. And
yeah,
you called that before it happened.
Yeah, I just knew she was just gonna use somebody. I just sensed like a villainous type person.
She was put in that position to be, be the double crosser.
She came in wearing all black she came in with all black and sunglasses. It's like a dead giveaway saying, I'm an evil rich person, so that means
that's such a stereotypical way to introduce a bad person.
she's played bad people in movies, like we discussed earlier, like in
Yeah.
I Care a Lot
Care a
and
Lot.
Baby Driver. So
Yeah.
maybe that's just my hunch of knowing
Yeah,
her
that might
career.
be that might have something to do with it.
But
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of like human characters, what you guys think about they really put down what's the word? Oh, they minimized Millie Bobby Brown's dad in this movie because he was like a big focus in King of the Monster. And I'm like,
barely in this. He's barely.
Yeah, he pops in like every now and then. I'm like, he was actually a major part in King of the Monsters, but he's just kind of like an
huge part.
Afterthought in this movie. I was like, what happened?
I feel like even Millie Bobby Brown's character was they took away a lot of screen time from her too.
good.
Dang, the Millie Bobby Brown hate is real.
Like I like Millie Bobby Brown in like Stranger Things, whatever. But in this film, I was like, we could have her character and put more Kyle Chandler in. Why not? I like Kyle Chandler.
I think she's overrated.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she's a good actress at all.
Now we really got the hate coming in.
Okay. So I kind of agree with you there a little bit, but if I hadn't seen like any movies or anything of her and I just saw Stranger Things, I would be coming at you because I really love Stranger Things. I love her character in Stranger Things, but like in retrospect, she doesn't really do much. Like I'm not saying she doesn't do much, but she doesn't like say much, and like her performance isn't it doesn't really showcase her acting abilities in Stranger Things. So yeah, these roles, these bigger film roles that she has, it really showcases her acting abilities, and it's not great.
I didn't even like when people were like gushing about Enola Holmes. I was like, I didn't see it. Like I thought she was kind of flat.
I didn't see it. I didn't see the movie, but I've seen King of the Monsters and this film, and I agree.
This part right here where people are like running to bunkers gave me some like Pacific Rim vibes.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And you know what? That you bring that up, film, is that someone had asked to me the other day, they're like, would you have preferred it if the mecha, if you know how it's kind of controlled just through like the central nervous or the neurologically, I guess, when the guy has a helmet on, if it would have been better, kind of like in Pacific Rim where they're actually inside the mecha Godzilla. Cool. Like, would you have preferred that as opposed to the? Because I mean, you got a human element controlling it, you know.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a crossover between Pacific Rim and Godzilla and Kong.
That would be pretty dope.
Yeah,
I think that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, because Pacific Rim had all their own monsters as well.
Yeah, and we don't even know if we're gonna get a third movie after the second movie. Kind of fly.
Oh, I saw that in theaters too. What was that?
I didn't see the sequel. I really like the first one. Once I heard
don't watch it.
Once I heard how I haven't seen the second one either. All right, I'm gonna skip it.
I honestly didn't hear anything about the second one, but yeah, I just never really found it interesting to watch. So
yeah,
this is the first film that doesn't have like a post-credit scene too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We sat there for like 12 minutes waiting for it, and it didn't come in the theater.
I think Adam Wingard said there's like a 4-hour cut of this movie that he has. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do a 4-hour Godzilla vs. Kong. An hour and 53 minutes is good enough for me.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have trimmed this up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little. Yeah.
Now with this scene, I'm confused. How do you copy and like download an energy source?
This is the scene I was gonna tell Phil. This is the most ridiculous part when they're downloading from Hollow Earth onto Earth. I mean, not onto Earth, but up into Hong Kong. How, dude? Come on.
Energy. Yeah, it'll transfer the.
Bro, there's no Wi-Fi down there. No Wi-Fi down there.
I'm not even about to try to explain that because I don't know.
I don't know. That's the part that really threw me off for a loop. And I was like,
yeah, they were reaching when they showed that.
I was like, what? You could download a crystal shard and copy the energy? Like what? Hello?
You can do anything. Why not?
It just
Right.
It's like
It's Godzilla versus Kong. So
Yeah,
I know.
Anything can happen.
sometimes you gotta just really like think about that and be like, okay.
What did you guys think of the guy that plays the head of Apex? This guy, I forget. I don't even remember his name, but I always see him in the same kind of roles.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this actor?
Expendable.
Yeah.
Not very menacing.
Did he not remind you of
like
Max Lord from Wonder Woman
he
84?
did. He did.
I didn't think about that, but a little bit.
When
I feel
first
like,
watched it, I'm like,
Pedro Pascal put on a way better performance
Oh yeah, it was more
than
eccentric. And
this. Yes.
when I first watched this, I'm like, that's freaking Max Lord. Like, are you kidding me?
it's like I'm a little more toned down. Yeah.
Yeah. But like that's another thing with the Monsterverse movies. All like the human bad guys are very unforgettable. The only one I liked was Samuel L. Jackson in Kong Skull Island.
Kong Skull Island.
He's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but everyone else is like in the Godzilla movies. I just like in the King of the Monsters when they had like the evil like eco terrorists. I'm like, where are you guys? What do you do?
And you know what? I'm surprised that they didn't bring that guy back.
I think
for this movie.
I think there was a theory I read saying they like died in between the movies or something. Like I don't know. I was like
because you remember in that post-credit scene, he's the one that got Jadira's. I can't never pronounce that name. Jadira, whatever, the three-headed dragon.
Yeah.
He's the one that bought the skull. Remember, he's like, I'll buy it or I'll take it because like some fisherman found it or whatever. The head.
Oh yeah, maybe he's like king of. Maybe he found an Apex in between movies. Because they didn't really explain where Apex came from.
Well, I think what had happened was they just kind of made it seem like he just sold it to the Apex guys, and then he just that was the last you heard of him, and that was it.
And then they start shooting at him.
Dude, what that seemed like a ride, like the ride. Have you ever been to Universal Studios? There's a King Kong ride.
Yeah,
it's like this. It was like that.
Yes.
When he killed
hopefully not exactly like this.
I kind of laughed when when he like crushes the ship. I was like, oh my god.
You could hear her say no.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, oh my gosh. That's like in remembering Kong Skull Island when the dude's like, I'm gonna make the sacrifice, you guys get away. He like had all the grenades and he got like tail whipped into the rocks and blew up. That's like those two are the funniest. Yeah.
With a soldier, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Stuff like that just makes it even goofier, and I love it.
This is just fun. I love how it is.
It's a lot of fun.
This is like a turn off your brain and just like chill, like watch it. That's the one most enjoyable thing about this.
I'll probably watch it again just because.
Yep.
4th time's the charm.
I'm ready for that steelbook.
Oh yeah.
Me, I gotta check out that steelbook. Yeah, but yeah.
Now this part, like they sneak into like this glass facility, like, okay, these people won't see us. We'll just lock the door and it'll make it all better that they won't see us.
Why does he have a flip phone? What year is this? Yeah, what year is this?
Because I thought about that too. I was like, he wants to remain off the grid. He's like one of those conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
So
they can still track him through that probably.
That is
probably.
Yeah.
That is true.
I think it's a lot harder. But
unless it's like one of those phones that
people don't trust smartphones.
No. Well, they do
it. It's like one of those trash phones that you just throw it out right away after.
Yeah, like
a burner phone.
Burner phone, that's what it's called.
Yep.
What I saw oh, go ahead, Phil.
No, it's so creepy how technology has evolved that my iPhone actually knows all the spots I've been. Like, it's crazy. Have you tried going to like the location services and it gives you every single dot where you how much time you spend?
Every location you've gone to. Yep.
Did you guys hear about Facebook recently about how it was like 500 million people's information got leaked? All like 500 million. That's more than America.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's wild. I still feel like people don't give, like they won't care. They're like, oh, I got to keep my Facebook though.
Facebook has deleted my page twice from Mac Movie Reviews, and I'm kind of sick of it.
Oh wow.
Why do they do that?
For, like,
did they
copyright,
give you like a? Do they give you
they said I violated community guidelines. Like, how? I'm just posting reviews.
He
And like,
doesn't do anything.
it happened to
I'm annoyed about.
It happened to Joe at the guy at the movies. His page got deleted like a few times, and it's like I think it was during the
deleted.
Yeah, it's like I think it was during the election time. They were cracking down on like all the pages. Even some other people's their pages got deleted for no reason. So it's like, oh, okay, then I tried again.
Maybe Mark Zuckerberg didn't like your reviews.
Maybe.
Yeah,
you gave a social network a bad review.
I was gonna touch that movie. That was my next movie. Then it was gone. I was like, oh wow, okay. He can't get in touch with anyone at Facebook. Freaking everyone's robots.
Man, that flying kick was that was cool.
Shove that hammer.
That was crazy. I was like, dang, he really did shove that down his throat.
I love how
if Kong didn't have that axe, man.
Yeah.
Kong didn't have that axe, bro.
That is actually another reference. Like I think it was David that mentioned another. Like I don't know if you remember when he like
when he stuffed it. Yeah, when he stuffed it down.
Palm tree.
Yeah, that was from the 1962 version too.
This poor town, though, you have to realize that's a big mess to clean up right after.
Also, too, that last thing, guys, where he showed him like hopping from building to building. Do you guys remember they did that in Ready Player One too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they did that. Yeah.
He was hopping from building to building.
Wow.
Oh, here comes that blast. He's dodging it. And it really makes you seem like he is like really in real time, like trying to outrun this blast.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems very realistic. Okay, now this is the part I didn't understand. It took them like so long to get down to Hollow Earth, and then when they're coming out, all of a sudden it's like they just come out the other side in Hong Kong like instantly almost. For me, it just seemed like really, really quick. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
They used Google Maps to get out right away. They used an alternative.
I know. Like, we're gonna make a left over here.
Like all that big entrance they did with like all that, and they just
like wouldn't you get that same not reverse, but the same like tension and torque just through your body, like zipping through back, I guess? Like wouldn't you have to go through all that stuff again?
I don't think
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think that thing that he was holding would have stopped his blast. That little part of the building. The way that Godzilla was blasting through those buildings, because Godzilla or Kong took that piece of the building right off the top and used it as a shield for Godzilla's blast. Yeah, I don't think that would have stopped his blast.
No, I would have went right through it.
He went right through it.
That's why the only thing that could have stopped it was his own
that
spike.
Yeah, the
spike. I don't even know what to call it. Like, is it a fin? Is it a spike? What is it?
I don't know. Spike. Yeah,
I thought it was a spike. That's what I thought.
I would say spike.
Yeah, because he's a reptile, so.
I didn't catch that until this time.
And that's the thing about these movies too. I mean, you get really invested in the fight, and then they cut back to the human element talking. You know, it's going to be 5 minutes of just boring talking.
Yeah,
that's when the patient just dies down so quickly, and it's like, all right, we were going so good, and it's like,
they got to fit it in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I will say one thing, going back, because I didn't really get to say too much when you guys were talking about how bad Millie Bobby Brown was as an actress. I think she is a good actress. I haven't seen too much of her in movies. I am on board with you though, AJ. I watch all the Stranger Things seasons. I really do like her in that. I feel like in these two movies that she's been in so far, she's really devoted to this character. That's one thing I have noticed. In this one, she seems on the same level, just older, obviously. And I think she's definitely probably signed on board for another one.
Yeah, probably.
Sure. I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
Hopefully she gets a little bit more acting lessons before the other ones come out.
I will give her credit.
Go ahead.
She may need like acting lessons, but like I'll tell you who really needs acting lessons. Freaking Ferdea Shaw from Artemis Fowl. Like holy crap, that guy
I haven't seen that. I haven't
Uh,
seen that. I refuse to watch that.
Don't watch it. Don't watch
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
Here it is. Oh. Yeah, this is. Oh yeah, this is where he pops his shoulder out of place.
Just dragging him, bro.
Mm.
See him?
This is when Godzilla gets the upper hand, and you just feel bad for Kong, man.
Yeah, you do. You probably, and the way that Godzilla is on all fours, like I don't know why he doesn't do that more.
I forgot he was slicing them up like that.
He's slicing them. I don't know why Godzilla doesn't use that more, like because he's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All he had to do is just blast him right here.
Imagine in the Zack Snyder cut of this movie, he just blasts like a hole right through his head. That'd be it. That'd be it. I'd be like,
that'd be the end of the movie.
Bye. I'd be like, I'm good. I'll walk out now.
Godzilla wouldn't have been able to handle that mecha though.
No,
not by himself. Not by himself.
Well, he was already. I mean, these fights got to wear you out too. You know.
True.
I swear he smirked right there. Godzilla had to smirk.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why he keeps letting him go. That's like the second time he did that.
I think there's a thing. They're like the mecha is like drawing Godzilla, so like he can.
That's what it is.
Fight and like he knows that like, hey, you're not the one I'm looking for, but still I beat you.
Well, remember in the last one they had like that that machine. It was like the echo something, and it was like shooting out like the sonic sound, and that's what was kind of attracting the other kaiju. And in this one, he's drawn to the mecha, but I forgot how. I even watched it the second time. I forget how he's drawn to know that he's alive. You know.
I think the eye they have, the little red pulsar thing.
Oh, here it is. That. Here it is. I just answered my own question. Sorry. They're using the brain of that other kaiju. That's what it was.
Oh yeah,
Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Ghidorah. Yeah. So he thinks he's still alive. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they say the name of the Mecha Godzilla. It's like it's a Robo Godzilla. He's like, no, it's Mecha's Godzilla.
Oh man,
that's another ways of character though. The son of Serizawa, that
yeah.
Like the scientist had like such a huge role in all the Godzilla films, and he ends up sacrificing like himself to revive Godzilla in the previous one, and his son just didn't do anything.
Nope. He better back up, bro.
Back up, bro. You're dead. Yeah, we did the right thing. Bye.
Dang.
That electrocution is like, oh my gosh.
I didn't even realize it was the other dude's son. I thought it was like maybe like his cousin or something, or like brother. Because like, man, they really focus on him. I'm like, I'm like, what if he's like connection to like the other dude from Godzilla? And I'm like, oh, that makes sense a little bit. Yeah.
Was Artemis Fowl and Wrinkle in Time directed by the same person?
No, Wrinkle in Time was directed by Ava DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Kenneth Branagh did Artemis Fowl.
Gotcha.
This was the beginning of the trailer. If you guys remember, like the first big trailer that we got, and we got to see which is to me was the stupidest thing they could have done, but they purposely did it so that people you could see Mechagodzilla in the trailer. Like people were like freeze framing it, and you could see him breaking through, and you could see that he had the red eyes.
But it was like really quick though.
Yeah, but you know channels, man. They freeze frame everything and
for sure.
and enhance it and whatnot, and they were able to see that that's what it was. I don't like that they did that.
I watched it, but I missed it. I missed that.
Yeah, it happened like 3 seconds into the trailer.
Like like when they showed the people running down the steps and stuff. Yeah, I remember that.
Back to earlier when David did that poll with the spoiler culture, cancel culture. I hate cancel culture. I kind of hate a little bit with spoiler culture because even when there's like trailers, you'd be like, "Look at this! You see this freeze frame at 2 minutes and 37 seconds. This character is going to do." I'm like, can I just see the movie? Or like, I don't want a movie to come out and I have to avoid social media for like 3 days before I watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like it has toned down a little bit. I feel like when we were living in like the era of like Marvel in the last like decade or whatever, that's when it was super big and people were getting really, really pissed off about the Marvel movies. And I don't know. I think it's kind of slowing down. Maybe because we're not getting that level of movies. Yeah, unless you get like a big blockbuster movie like this. But because I feel like if even like a blockbuster movie, like let's say for example, like a Fast and the Furious that's going to come out in summer as well. Like if there was like a spoiler that leaked or whatever, people wouldn't be as upset as they were like with some of the Marvel movies or like a movie like this.
I think as long as it's not Marvel, then you're okay. Because as long as you like watch like the new series episode in the day, then you're fine.
Yeah, people were pissed with this reviewer spoiling the Snyder Cut because I saw like a lot of people were angry on Instagram. I was like, stop spoiling the movie before we watch it.
That's why it's always tough, man, when you get these screeners and whatnot. You know, putting that stuff out because you gotta be really careful what you say.
Yeah, you have to be careful in how you write it. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like 10 minutes after they drop it, like at midnight, the movie, then they already have like a spoiler video. Oh, my spoiler review come out.
Yeah, that's when it stinks. I don't like it when people do that. Give it a good week, and then you'll get your views. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, they got to be the first ones to put it out, or nobody's gonna watch it. You know.
I know, but
so it's like a race.
It's always going to be
why I don't really do.
I know, which is like
one reason why I don't really do video reviews anymore. Because I always felt like it was a race to get it out.
Yeah, and that's not fun. That doesn't make it fun anymore.
No. And some reviews I get like 14 views, 12 views. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my written reviews. I love doing those, so I'm gonna keep doing those.
Yeah. Yeah, do whatever works for you, you know?
Yeah.
Once again, they show the dad for 3 seconds.
Yep. I think it was,
how much do you think
actually
paid for this?
A lot of money.
$100,000.
Oh, which actor?
Kyle Chandler.
The dad.
I think he was the least. I feel like he was the least paid out of all the members in this movie.
Yeah, probably.
Because look at Skarsgård. I feel like he was credit levels a much more higher. Even though I prefer Kyle Chandler over Skarsgård.
I think this joke was really misplaced.
I also read that Lance Reddick, he was supposed to have a bigger role, and he got paid a lot of money for like the 2 seconds he appeared in this one.
A whole lot of money.
Yeah. I was wondering that because I remember in the opening credits said Lance Reddick, and then he just showed up for one scene. It's like we're doing it. We're gonna do the evacuation. I'm like, huh?
That's so awesome. David fell off for a second. He'll be back. I'm
blue
sure.
Screen the desk. Yeah.
What is your favorite Skarsgård? Because I always like this conversation because the Skarsgård family is huge.
I only know Alex and Bill.
Who's your favorite? Well, then there's the father. You know, there's Peter Sarsgaard. So I always like to ask these people, who's your favorite Sarsgaard?
I would probably say Bill personally because I love Pennywise. I actually watched this show that the first time I ever seen him, I watched the show on Netflix. It was a Netflix original called Hemlock Grove, and it was kind of like a Twilight on steroids. I like to tell people, and it was like I don't know even how to explain it. It was really insane. Series.
Oh, and I take that back. There's no Peter. I thought there was a Peter Sarsgaard. I thought there was, unless I'm.
There is.
There is.
But I don't know if they're related.
Familiar.
He's you're talking about the one from He's in a lot of older movies that I've seen, but I don't know if it's. Let me look that up real quick because there is a Peter Skarsgård.
That's what I thought. Is he part of? He's not part of the Skarsgård family. No, he's not. Okay, never mind.
No. Yeah, but you've seen this
I
actor
always
though before,
assumed that
right?
he is. I'm sorry.
What's he in?
He was in The Orphan, Green Lantern, The Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always assumed
I have
because
to
of
see
the
his
last
face.
name.
Yeah, you should look at this.
But who do you guys prefer? Do you prefer Bill or Alex, David?
Bill.
I haven't
Bill?
seen Alex in that many things.
That's a
Alex is good in the
Big
first
Little
season of
Lies?
Big Little Lies. I haven't watched the second season of Big Little Lies because I'm not a Meryl Streep
He
fan.
was.
But
Oh, you're not a Meryl Streep fan? You don't like Meryl Streep? What?
I think she's overrated.
She's
Oh my
great in
gosh.
season 2. She's great in season 2. Like she's okay. I don't want to give too much away. Are you gonna watch it at
Okay.
all?
I think at
Do you
some
think
point
you're
down
gonna
the road I eventually
Okay.
will, but I haven't watched it
I
yet.
will say this. I will say this with Meryl Streep's character. She's annoying, but that's
I
the
bet.
point. That's the point.
Okay. That's what I figured. I didn't want there to be a second season, but I was interested. But I was like, okay. But then once I heard Reese,
I think the second season was probably pushing it a little bit. That's the only season that I watched, honestly. My wife, she watched the first.
So good.
My wife watched the first season, and I was like, okay, you're watching that. And then she started the first episode of the second season. I was like, okay, I'll watch this with you. And I never went back to the first season. I just watched the second
You gotta
season.
watch the first season. It's really good. I like the first.
I feel like
season.
I got everything I needed to know out of the second season, though.
That's the worst part then, because the first season is really good. Oh, I love.
I might go back and check it out.
I love your mug.
Oh, thank you. And that uppercut.
This scene, yeah, this is the only time I've ever seen Godzilla actually getting like pounded because like to this degree, I'm like, Jesus.
And I
he's
feel
getting-
I feel like they made Mecha a little bit too powerful and then a little bit too easy to beat at the end, too quickly beaten at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have Kong and Godzilla fighting throughout the whole film, and then it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to kill Mecha with them teaming up.
About maybe like I would say like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So
Did this,
they go back and forth within the humans and the monsters, so time is a little distorted, but
I would ask, is the does this like the final like end fights? Does it remind you of Rampage? Because my dad said it reminded him of Rampage.
I haven't seen Rampage, but I do plan on watching it. Has anybody else seen Rampage?
Yeah, it sucked. I didn't like it. I mean,
that's what I hear, but I feel like it would be.
It was not like the game.
Fun.
It was not like the game though, and that's what it was a franchise based off of.
I know, but you expected to. I actually don't know how the game. I actually,
what do you mean?
Don't know how the game went, so I never played the game. So
I thought it was
it was like an old arcade game. Like
okay,
it was fun. It was like a beat 'em up, just like you're beating up the city basically and fighting each. It's just like this, like kaiju's fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a The Rock's movie.
Yeah, The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like he always plays the same character though. Like
yeah, himself.
Sure.
In every role that he's in.
I'm sad he's not going to be in Furious 9 because him and Vin Diesel are like beefing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Wait, what happened with that?
Well,
Yeah,
apparently
is that like
it's like a long feud.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude, this has been going on for like years.
Never
It's just
even
like
heard of
Fast
that.
5. It's just like Fast 5.
Yeah.
What
That's
happened?
why I
And then
think
and you don't remember they had Tyrese was writing for him too. Like he was like he was getting mad because when they announced the Hobbs and Shaw movie, they put the Fast 9 movie on the back burner and they delayed it a whole like almost 2 years, I think, like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And Tyrese came out like and was on social media like yelling at like just bad mouthing The Rock. Yeah, dude, it's big. There's a lot of videos out there of Tyrese.
I gotta look into that. I can't believe I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
I
you
think
guys
that's
feel
why
like this ending was satisfying?
it was rushed.
Like, did you feel like I felt like it was really
Yeah.
rushed and like forced. I'm like, okay, so everything's done now? Like, I don't know. I felt like it was rushed, especially with like I said earlier, with Mecha getting destroyed so easily, so quickly. Maybe not easily, but so quickly. I don't know. But yeah,
I think now that the part I'm at is like they're like looking at each other and it's like,
yeah.
you know, I think because Godzilla, that little brain of his, he still he still remembers that like he's not just there to just randomly break shit. Like he came there for a purpose, and now that Mecha is destroyed, which he thought was Ghidorah, like he could just go back into the sea. And that's I think what most of the movies, like the old movies, I think he would just like go out in the sea and just like return to the core or whatever it was to like regenerate, you know, like he would be back to the reactive core to regenerate, basically. Especially after a battle like that, you gotta regenerate.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
he was getting bodied by Mecha. Mecha, like he had missiles and was
the thrusters,
kneeing him in the stomach, and like man, that was crazy.
Now with I wanted to ask you guys because I remember Adam Wingard said at the end of the movie we're gonna have like a definitive winner. Do you think there was a definitive winner with this ending?
Yes.
Or do you feel like
yes, Godzilla was the winner.
Well, I mean, if I want definitive winner, I need one of them to like get killed. Like no, someone needs to be lying dead. Like,
no, like
yes,
I don't think so.
Fight
I don't
to the
think
death.
so.
Like he can't get up, or like they're like completely like they're like damaged and they need like a good band-aid or something.
Well, Godzilla killed Kong, but the humans revived him.
Kong needed to.
Oh, that is true.
A defibrillator.
Okay,
what? Come on now.
I still think if you put it that way, I need to see like to the death. I need to see the Godzilla fire breathe Kong's skull.
They're not gonna kill. They're not gonna kill Kong.
Or like,
come on now,
Kong like freaking snapping
too
Godzilla's neck. I like Zack Snyder Man of Steel type stuff.
Yeah.
This ending I didn't like. That was the only thing because it just like happens, and I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I don't know. I didn't care really either way, but I did enjoy the fights.
Yeah, that's what I think everybody was in it for, and I think that's what Warner Brothers wanted. They got what they wanted, and I thought that was pretty good. It's not bad, really.
And I think it worked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we finished the film. There's no end credit scene.
No credits either.
Yeah. But yeah. So, what are you guys thinking? This is everybody's second time.
For me, it's second time. Yeah.
Second time. Third time for Mac. Any difference in thoughts or anything than the first time you seen it, or the first two times, Mac, that you seen it, or did you like it more or less? Same?
I'm gonna say the same because it's like I still have those plot holes, like you guys are mentioning with like the whole science and everything, and then the fighting. But I'm like, it's still fun. Like this is definitely a movie where like I might try to go buy it on Blu-ray if I can because it's just that cool of a movie to watch.
Yeah. Anybody else? Same?
Yeah, my same feelings. The same. Like this is a movie I could have on in the background of like if I'm doing stuff, like if I'm doing chores around the house or like working on content. This is like something I could have on the background when I wouldn't mind because I already know what's going on. It's not a feeling you really have to sit down and pay attention to, which is like what we all kind of need every once in a while.
Very true.
Yeah, I would say for me it was the same feeling, but I probably would want to own it and like how Kristen said, I mean, as far as if I'm going to watch it like a third, fourth time, whatever, have it on in the background, just kind of look up occasionally if I want to see the fight scenes once again. But I would want to have it in my collection, even though everything's streaming now, just to like me, show somebody, oh, you haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong, let's throw it on, something like that to show someone else or whatever, because it is cool. Like visually, it's cool. Like we can't be too nitpicky. It is. Because these are hundreds of millions of dollars of budget, that that they're going through and stuff like that. And I think the CG, everything was like really mind blowing as far as visually for me.
Yeah, it is really. I liked all the effects in it. Everything was served well.
Yeah,
So.
but no, like Max said too, though, I still had those questions about the plot holes.
Yeah. And a lot of the characters are just kind of throwaways.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Film X?
How
you feeling on this?
What Mac, Christy, and David said. I enjoyed the film. I don't know if we're gonna go into the rankings of the series. For me, it's not my favorite, but it wasn't bad either. Like, apart from the movies that are coming out nowadays, this is like top now.
Okay.
Because there's no.
Is it one of your favorite of the year so far? 2021
definitely.
films.
Definitely, there's not like a movie of this year that resonates with me. Apart like big budget movie. Zack Snyder and this one, like you can add, like, I don't know if any of you guys, any movie pops out this year, but like this one for me is like the biggest one.
I think in terms of it, I don't think this is my favorite movie of the year so far. I think my favorite of the movie of the year so far is actually, I have two movies that I really liked a lot that I've seen so far this year. One of them is the Billie Eilish documentary, which I thought was really outstanding for a documentary.
It's my number one.
It's my number one too. And I really liked Nobody a lot. That was a film I felt I could turn off my brain and enjoy it for what it is. And as an action film, like if I was like to watch like this again or Nobody, I would take down Nobody hands down, because I was like, that's another film I can have on, easily watch it and enjoy it. And take it seriously for what it is, because it's like, the John Wick universe, and everybody loves a good action movie. That's like that.
I feel like Nobody had more sequences that were interesting than Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, definitely.
Especially, so maybe the second time I watched this, during this watch along, I liked it a little less because it was just there were sequences that were just really like uninteresting, and we were feeling it with our discussion here, and like I had fun with you guys talking about it, but with the actual film I was like, okay, when's the fighting happening? Like, when is it? Like, I thought there was more action in the film for some reason than the first time I watched it, but yeah,
I haven't seen Nobody yet, so.
You haven't seen Nobody? Okay, it's good.
It's really good. I really liked it a lot. I can recommend it. Like 100% recommend it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting film. But yeah, I felt like we had some more questions for Mac and Flicks Talk.
Ooh.
I forget where we were at.
What was the question?
Before I went into my tangent, I went into like a little tangent there. Well, okay. Well, we'll skip that. And
no, I mean, I thought you had asked, do we enjoy this the same? I enjoyed it exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as like, I would want to definitely own this one, in the collection and whatnot. I saw Nobody as well in theaters last week, or 2 weeks ago actually, to kind of kick off like movie theaters opening again. I'm definitely going to add that to my collection, because like Kristen said, you kind of know what it is. You turn your brain off and you just kind of know what it is. It seems more realistic too than a John Wick.
Yeah,
because John Wick is
definitely more realistic than John Wick.
John Wick is like just super skilled. This guy is like taking punches, but he's also like kicking ass
he
too,
learned his skills, and then he kicked his butt, and it's another,
you can feel
like,
it. You can feel everything.
Yeah. That's a watch along I would also be down for if anybody wants to take that up eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's coming to physical or digital like next month.
That
that's quick.
I thought it was June or July.
Oh, I heard May, but okay.
May?
That's
all right. We'll look it up. So
I remember what I was going to ask you guys. That me and Kristen kind of hit on a little bit. Your number one film of 2021 so far.
Oh, I don't really watch a lot of the weekly movies that come out too much. I did like, I Cared a lot. Nobody, and then this film a lot. I'm trying to think. You know what? Surprisingly, I did like The Little Things, and a lot of people
really
I liked it a lot. I did like the little things a lot. Yes, it was. I don't even know why people were comparing it to Seven. Maybe because the Jared Leto twisted character, or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of had Seven vibes.
I think if you go in expecting that, you're gonna be let down. Yeah, it was slower, but I don't know. I like those kind of like mystery thriller movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen Zack Snyder Justice League, so I can't say. What
Are you gonna watch Zack Snyder Justice League?
No,
probably not.
Those are just not for me. Sorry.
I feel that. I understand that.
Honestly, David, you're not missing out on anything. Just to say.
Dang.
This thing it took me 4 days to watch it, so
it took me like 3.
Can I say an update?
Yes.
The Nobody 4K Blu-ray will be released June 15th.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Nice.
So
nice.
That's all for anybody. Why did I question, David?
I'm glad it's coming out in 4K. Sometimes it's just only in Blu-ray, but that's cool.
Yeah. So,
is it coming out on Blu-ray?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's
okay, is it coming?
Standard combo pack.
Okay, is it, okay. So is the no steelbook? Yeah, I figured nobody wasn't gonna get a steelbook, but I was gonna ask, is it gonna be released on DVD? Do you know?
I'm sure it'll probably.
Why would you want to know that?
Because like
people still watch DVDs.
No, I was wondering that because I was watching this promo for Soul, and I didn't, because usually, you know, with the promos, it'll have like the DVD next to the Blu-ray, and like, okay, release on Blu-ray and DVD, such and such date or whatever. But I just saw just Blu-ray, and I was like, that's kind of interesting. Are they not doing DVDs at all anymore?
No, they still.
So that's why I was wondering.
They still do DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if it was gonna be like, because I know they do like combo packs, DVD, Blu-ray, and like 4K, whatever. They'll do a combo pack, but I didn't know if they were still just releasing DVDs by themselves anymore.
Yeah, I think it depends on the distribution company and what it is. But I guess now Disney is getting away from the DVD stuff. I always assumed that Soul was going to be on DVD, but I guess it's not. Just from
from the promo that I saw, they just had like the case for the Blu-ray, and I was like, that's weird. You know, usually you see them stacked together, the DVD, Blu-ray, or whatever. But
yeah.
Let's see. From what I could tell, they're just doing. I think it's like just the combo pack and maybe a Blu-ray, a standard Blu-ray, but
for Soul.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Here, other editions. It is going to be on DVD. Nobody's going to be on DVD. There is another edition.
Okay, nobody. Okay, cool. And last but not least, Film Explorer. What is your number one film of the year so far?
I don't know. This is hard one. Like I said, I don't have any highlights apart from this one and Zack Snyder. So like I would say between these two, because I care a lot. I haven't seen Nobody. There are a few films I haven't catch up yet, so there are not many options for me. Rewatching.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I get it, man. I know you're a busy man.
Yeah.
No, and like I prefer, like, I know there are some movies out there, but I don't really want to waste my time with like
I feel you.
Those crappy movies.
I feel that, man. Me and you.
Your time is valuable. I get that.
All time is valuable. Like it's something we never get back. So like,
I feel that. So for me, I said the Billie Eilish documentary film. I really enjoyed it, and I was able to see it in the theater.
I remember your story.
It was so awesome to see that in the theater. Yeah,
I didn't even know they were showing that in theaters.
Yes, in like select theaters. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you see it in an IMAX or? Because I saw your stories you were saying.
I saw it in IMAX.
How was it in IMAX?
It was amazing. It was like a full-on concert.
I wish I saw it in concert.
Yeah. So if you're a Billie Eilish fan or you enjoy her music, I would definitely recommend seeing that film.
If you can put it aside and enjoy her music, it's a really good coming of age story.
Yeah,
that's what I even like look at past that as. It's really good in the way it's formatted. RJ Cutler, as a director aside, is a really skilled documentarian. Even if you watch the John Belushi documentary that came out on Showtime last year on Showtime.
Mhm.
If anybody's watched that, it's a good documentary. He directed that. So
What's it called?
Nice.
Belushi. It's on
It's just called
Showtime.
Belushi. Okay.
Yeah. It's all
And
archival
was it
footage.
streaming on?
Showtime.
Oh, it's on Showtime.
RJ Cutler is very familiar with a lot of documentary and film stuff. It
Gotcha.
goes like back to his career.
What do you guys think about that Kanye Netflix documentary coming out?
Can't wait.
I didn't even know that was
it.
the thing.
Netflix just bought it for 30 mil.
They're putting out the money days like nobody's business.
They really are.
Knives Out and now this.
Yes.
Did you guys hear about Spider-Man?
What?
They have Sony and
Sony.
Netflix, they did the rights like a couple hours ago. They bought it to put all
their
Spider-Man and a lot of the other Sony
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Verse, Morbius, just like all those Sony movies coming up.
Venom.
That's crazy.
Venom, yep.
Wow. Smart move.
Yep, I saw that. Crazy stuff. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
I didn't get the chance to say my favorite movie.
Say your favorite, man.
Mac, tell us, man. Tell us.
Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry.
No, that's the worst movie. That's my worst movie so far. God.
Okay.
But my favorite movie of this year has to be Judas and the Black Messiah by like a country mile.
Yeah, nice
I haven't
pick.
seen that.
It was a good pick.
It's good. You gotta give it a watch, David, if you can. It's awesome.
My least favorite is Willy's Wonderland.
What?
That's my least favorite film of 2021
man.
so far.
I'm right there with you. I hated that one.
It was so bad. It was really, really bad.
I saw this one movie called The Seventh Day. It's a new Guy Pearce movie.
Seventh Day.
I've never
Okay.
heard of that one.
It was your least favorite?
Yeah, it's my least favorite. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta watch. Don't watch the rest. It's like a Exorcist vibe where Guy Pearce looks like a hipster.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's got,
we'll avoid that.
yeah.
But all right, you guys. Anybody did I miss anybody? I want to make sure I got to everybody.
Worst film of the year so far.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll wrap up. Worst film of the year.
I'm trying to think.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. Okay.
I avoided that.
Tom and Jerry.
I mean, I really don't want to throw Willy's Wonderland or what? Is it Wally's Wonderland or Willy's Wonderland?
It might be Willy's. Yeah, it's Willy's.
I mean, I don't want to throw that in there. Only, yeah, I know it's Nicolas Cage, but it's super low budget. It's a super low budget.
It's really low budget.
And it's supposed to be bad, but I mean, that was probably the worst that I saw.
Understood.
You didn't like the little things?
I didn't like the little things. It's lower. It's lower. It's to the bottom of my list.
Okay.
Malcolm and Marie was a disappointment, I will say.
Really?
I loved Malcolm and Marie.
Oh.
I loved it.
So that's the one
for me.
That's the one with the it's like a quarantine movie, right?
Yeah.
Quarantine movie. The other quarantine movie, Locked Up, sucked.
Oh,
did you guys play with
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, Anne Hathaway.
Oh no, I missed that. No, I didn't watch it yet.
Terrible. I thought it was so bad.
Oh, that's the other Todd Ryan movie.
It was so bad.
Shoot. That's the other Todd Ryan movie. Chaos Walking wasn't that good either.
Oh, I
heard
that.
Chaos Walking wasn't great.
I hated Chaos Walking, and then I also watched the Marksman with Liam Neeson. The worst two films of the year for me.
Really?
Chaos Walking was just an awful.
I know.
Oh, no.
Awful.
Jeez.
John David Washington eating the mac and cheese.
Yes.
Malcolm and Marie.
I heard Liam Neeson's gonna retire soon, like in the next couple of movies. He said.
Yeah, he said. He said that he was done with his action films after 2021.
Oh, just action films, or
yeah, he said he's done with action films. So yeah, but yeah. All right, y'all. I've been trying to close out like 5 times, but the conversation went on, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. But yeah, I think we're gonna close out. And I'm going to let you guys plug your channels, and I'm going to start with Miss Flamingo. Let me
Okay,
try to
thanks.
get everybody else in here. Out of here.
Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks, AJ, for having me. Thank you for everybody for watching. You can go follow me on Instagram at Miss Flamingo. Catch me on the latest reviews and all sorts of fun stuff. You can also follow me on Twitter at KFlamingo, and you can also catch me on the now newly named M&K Productions podcast. So we are not called the Max Movie Reviews podcast anymore, but it's now the M&K Productions podcast. So new episodes will be coming soon.
I'm muted. Okay, AJ, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure sharing with such amazing people. David, Matt, Christine, glad to see you all again. And you can find me at Instagram. I'm trying to get into TikTok, not really much into it, as Phil_Explorer2. And that's basically it.
Yeah, thanks, AJ, for putting this on. It was just nice to be part of the watch along. First time in a while. Hope to do it again with everyone here. You guys are awesome. But you guys are on Instagram at Mac Movie Review, Facebook Mac Movie Reviews, and like Christian said, new podcast name is M&K Productions. So it's pretty much the MMR podcast, but as both of us in there. We just uploaded a new episode reviewing Cherry. You can check it out on Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, or YouTube, whichever you fancy.
All right, I'm up. Just pop it up. All right, guys. So thank you for having me once again, guys. It was great seeing everybody's face. As far as on my channel, guys, I do a lot of reactions, whether it be trailers, movies, more notably. I think this weekend I'm going to be watching Saving Private Ryan. So I'm going back to the classics. I just dropped yesterday the Ghostbusters 2016 first time watch. So a lot of people either love that movie or hate that movie. I just kind of went into it unbiased. So you guys can check out things like that on my channel. I'm starting to do more movie reviews as theaters that have opened up in the last couple of weeks in my area. So I'm going to start doing once a week, movie reviews for new movies. So I have the Nobody review on there, as well as Godzilla versus Kong, spoiler talk, podcast, roundtables type of stuff like we did tonight as well on there. So yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, check me out on YouTube and Instagram at Flix Talk, FLIX Talk.
Sweet. Yeah, so as for me, I'm AJ of AJREACTS2, and you're on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and yeah, I talk about everything right here: movies, TV, music, gaming, and more. I have a weekly live stream on Thursdays. It got replaced with this watch along, but every Thursday, I play some sort of game. I do gaming, so stay tuned for that. And then each month I do like a monthly movie talk where we talk about movie news and things like that. Just kind of chop it up. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, I don't really have any reactions planned. Yeah, so just the live streams is what I'm going to do for now. And yeah, so I think that's all we have to say. And thank you for stopping by. And we'll catch you next time.